Molineux is the venue for Liverpool's third away Premier League fixture of this season as Arne Slot's side look to continue their recent momentum and making 4 wins on the bounce in all competitions. Now, if they can do that, they will go top of the table after Manchester City were held to a 1-1 draw at Newcastle earlier on today. Live audio commentary of every single kick is on its way from 5:30 tonight. Welcome along to Matchday Live. Reds legends Sammy Lee and Gary Gillespie are alongside me in the studio. Plenty to come from them over the next hour and a bit. First though, let's cross straight to the West Midlands, shall we? And hear Peter McDowell. Here he is.
Well, it's 6 wins from 7 games. It's Liverpool players who are on the pitch just behind us that travelled this relatively short trip here with their tails up, particularly what happened in the Manchester City game a little bit earlier on. And you have to say that the Notts Forest game was a blip on the horizon, certainly with the way Liverpool have played so far. And of those 4 Premier League wins that they've had, despite that one, they've all come without conceding a goal. This team of Arne Slot's is a lot easier to call than that of Jurgen Klopp with his predecessor. And it is the tried and trusted that he goes back to today. So the 2 changes, one of which comes in goal. Best goalkeeper in the world is back between the sticks for Liverpool, and also that change in the central striker position as well. Nunez dropping to the bench and Jota coming back in. Let's confirm that team in full for you then. So Alisson, just to confirm, back in the team after those 2 games out. Virgil van Dijk, who will be in charge of the record with the armband on. If they keep a 6th clean sheet of the season today, that will be a new record. Diaz with his 5-5 in Premier League football. It's the same as he managed in his previous 27 games, just to strike a line underneath his hot run of form at the moment. Szoboszlai and McAllister. McAllister made his first ever appearance in English football against Wolves, and we talk about a Mo Salah record every week, don't we? He won't need it today, but 4 off David Fairclough's run of 18 goals coming off the substitutes bench. Jota, 15 of the 18 have come from the strikers. He spent 3 years, of course, here with Wolves from 2017, so he'll be looking forward to this today. Robertson, Gravenberch, who made his debut in this game a year ago, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, 1 short of 60 Premier League assists. He's already the record holder of the best tally in history. Kelleher, Gomez, Endo, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Tsimikas, Kwanzaa and Bradley just illustrate the strength of the bench. Let's bring in David Thompson, former Liverpool midfielder here. We predicted the team, but we tend to, week on week now, everybody's fit. This seems to be his preferred 11.
Well, you predicted the team. I thought there was going to be the slight change up front with Cody Gakpo coming in, but he's obviously gone with the tried and trusted. He does like to keep a settled side, and obviously the case again today.
Really tough job for a manager, albeit Liverpool are playing well and everybody's firing, but how do you keep all these strikers fit? All of them have either scored themselves or assisted, and he's got to try and find a way of keeping a smile on everybody's faces.
Well, they're all on fire at the minute, and that's what you want. I think if you're going to be challenging for the top titles at come the end of the season, that's what you need. You need all the strikers firing on all cylinders, and that's what they've got. But you're right, it's a difficult job trying to keep everybody happy. You know, we listened to him last week after the game when he said he wanted to bring Gakpo in earlier, but he played 2 games for the Dutch national team. So he's obviously in the back of his mind, he's obviously managing the amount of minutes that these lads are playing, and he's fully aware of that. And it is about squad rotation. And I think the bench is going to play an important part today. You look at the talent that we've got on that bench, it's absolutely on fire.
You've spoken about trying to keep them motivated. That would be a problem at Liverpool, but keeping the smile on their faces. You were saying to me before that when strikers are scoring goals, even if they're not in that preferred 11 from the start, they will be quite happy with life.
Yeah, I think obviously if they're coming in and contributing and they're being appreciated by the teammates and the manager, I don't think that's a problem. I think, you know, years ago it was a bit of a problem because strikers had that mentality. They were very selfish, but I think when the modern footballer now is more aware of the contribution that they have to make to the football team.
Alisson back in goal. Despite how well Kelleher has played, that's not really a decision for a manager to have the best back in the sticks again, is it?
Yeah, you've got obviously the best goalkeeper in the world, and then you've got one of the second best goalkeepers in the world just on the bench. It must be terrible for him, but absolutely delighted to see Alisson back in. He is unbelievable. I mean, the superlatives about that guy. There's no other keeper in the world, in world football, like him. He's absolutely astronomical. And the amount of times he's won us a title, or he's won us a game, or he's won us points, you know, it's a joke, really. We're very, very lucky to have him. Obviously, you know, you talk about the priorities we've got with contracts, people coming up at the end of the season. He's another one we need to start tying down.
This is the best defence in the Premier League, joint best defence in the Premier League, against the worst in the Premier League at the moment in Wolves. This familiarity that they have as a unit of that back five, it's really starting to show now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, you talk about Liverpool's back five, yeah. Oh, the way we defend and the way we close the spaces down now. But, you know, you said it before, we're not conceding goals. Well, that's because we keep possession more. Obviously, the opposition can't hit you if they haven't got the ball. If you look at the stats, the possession stats over from last year to this year, you know, we're about 15% up, and the pass completion about 15% up. It's extraordinary, really. And, you know, and I think we're adopting the mentality of what Manchester City do, really. Opposition can't hit you if you keep hold of the ball.
Just one stat for you, Tom. I've not conceded a goal inside the box this season. Is that significant?
Well, obviously we must be working harder on stopping the crosses going into the box, not conceding set pieces. Obviously attacking, getting the first touch on the ball when it comes into the box. Goalkeeper being dominant. But I think the biggest stat when you interpret that data, that's about keeping possession. You know, we've got the ball a lot more than the opposition, so it shows.
Just a look towards the substitutes bench, which is becoming more and more important with every Premier League game. We're hearing a lot of it, aren't we? We have starters, we have finishers. Chiesa is a player that you're absolutely in love with. You think this is a real Midas touch from Liverpool to bring him in?
You know, everyone's like that. How did we get him? How did we get him for £10 million? You know, this is a £100 million player. You know, why are we getting him for 10 million? What's wrong with him? Is he broken? The situation at Juventus required him to leave. You know, obviously the manager had different plans, but they needed to reduce their wage bill. They needed to get some funds in to bring in other players. So that's the only reason we've got him. It's a blessing we've got him. We're lucky to have him. If he can recapture that form that he showed 3 years ago, he's absolutely sensational. He's one hell of a player. And, you know, maybe Liverpool are thinking long term that maybe Salah eventually, you know, might not renew his contract. He might go elsewhere. But we've got a ready-made replacement in there to go in and slot in on the right. He's unbelievable, he really is unbelievable, and his work rate is a joke.
Just very quickly, big incentive. The players are out there before, they'll have watched the Manchester City game on the way here, travelling today. Will they be buoyed by that? Will they be thinking this is our opportunity now?
Well, I think there's a real opportunity for Liverpool. I know we you know, the start of the season we were talking about being in transition, but there is an opportunity here. Obviously, Man City are unsettled off the pitch. I don't think Arsenal are the fully finished article yet. They still need, you know, a proper striker. I think there's an opportunity here for Liverpool just to keep building on what they're doing. And if we go top of the league today, it sends out a statement.
Certainly be a great way to start your Saturday night, albeit slightly later than we've been used to this season. Also, by the way, 17 goals Liverpool scored from dead balls this season. You'll have seen Aaron Briggs, the Liverpool coach, paying particular attention to that this season. Wolves have already conceded 4 from dead balls this campaign.
Okay, thank you to Pete and to David, and it's a warm welcome to you two. Good afternoon, good evening, maybe I should say almost. But just obviously in terms of the team news, we're going to get more reaction from you in a moment. We've got something quite special coming up in the next couple of minutes. Before we do that, just an overall thought for tonight, Sammy. You're looking forward to it. Momentum is really good at the moment too.
Yeah, very much so, Becky. I think, and I think as Tom said, you know, we're going to in good form. You know, and I think I'm really looking forward to it. It won't be an easy game. We say this all the time, but maybe my negative coach speak, you know. But I think it'll be difficult. But I'm sure we've got enough quality both on the pitch and on the bench to come on and hopefully get the 3 points which we need today.
Well, we're a team at the moment that are not conceding goals and a team that are scoring plenty of goals, and that's a real good recipe that we'll find ourselves in. Performances have been good so far. Hopefully that will continue this evening. Okay,
thanks guys. Now before we dive into that team news in full, as ever, millions of fans across the globe are of course going to be watching Arne Slot's team in action tonight. Over in New York, a special watch party is taking place as part of the Liverpool FC experience, and hosting it is Reds fan and comedian Ian Sterling, who joins us live now from Lower Manhattan. Ian, good morning to you. I think it is just about over there.
Sorry about that. It's just early enough in the afternoon that we can get on the beers, I think, but that's just about it. Yeah, we're here in New York. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, go on. Tell us what's going on there then, because we can see a little bit of it behind you, but what exactly are you up to? And I'm sure there's a great atmosphere there.
Better idea. The atmosphere is amazing. There's like 250 Reds here. New Yorkers, people from all around the globe. Martin Scuttle's come down, Lucas Leiva's down, so there's a few legends as well. And we're going to watch the Reds go top of the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I don't know whether you've seen the team. Ian, you're obviously a massive Red yourself, so Alisson's back this afternoon. What are your thoughts on Liverpool's hopes this evening?
Well, you'd like to think we outmuscle them, we outclass them, but this is the Premier League and anything can happen. So I'm hoping to see that the front 4 or 5 guys on rotation getting us plenty of goals like they've been doing. Diaz doing what he does best. I'm loving Diaz and Cody fighting it out for that left wing position. Having 2 players of that quality fighting it out can only be good for the club. So yeah, I'm hoping for a few goals today.
Yeah, just talk to us about how excited you are about that forward line in particular, because the competition for places at Liverpool is incredible at the moment, but it's something I think that the supporters are just so pleased with, that attacking threat the team has got this season.
Well, there's been lots to talk about it, but like Kaiser coming in, we sort of got this, we thought that we had this bargain, everyone was like, why is he so affordable? And he's sort of proven his class really, and Slot seems to be bringing out the best of all those players. And I think when you've got a season that runs this long and runs this deep and there's that many games, you're going to have to rest people. You're going to have to do some sort of rotation, and we've got this squad now to be able to do that. So it's amazingly exciting, and it's great for fans. We know we've got options off the bench, and Wolves want to sit deep. We've got players with pace. We've got players with those sort of like intricate touches in around the edge of the box that can hopefully break that sort of low block down. So it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Listen, I know you're a busy bee, so I'm going to let you go, but it would be remiss of me not to ask you for a prediction. Come on, how do you think it's going to go tonight?
I think we keep another clean sheet. We've been amazing at the back, so I'm going to go 2-0. I'm really comfortable 2-0.
Okay.
And also, apologies for the camera shaking. I'm holding it myself.
It's all right. You're doing very well. I know you've got a lot on. Listen, lovely to speak to you. We're going to let you go. You take care and enjoy it.
Lovely to see you, Becky, and lovely to see you too, Sammy and Gary.
Take care, Ian.
Take care, Ian.
All the best.
Listen, back to you two in the studio. How do you follow that? New York.
He knows his stuff as well, doesn't he? He knows his stuff big time, doesn't he?
I was going to say, me and you were in Milan last week, so it's almost on a par. Listen, the team, obviously, it's 10 changes, which we would expect a lot of changes from the Carabao Cup game. Any surprises in there for you, Sammy?
Not really. Obviously, we know Nunez is ill, so there's no surprise that Jota comes in. But the biggest thing, as Ian was saying as well, goals are coming from everywhere, aren't they? In the forward line, which is superb. You know, Jota scores in midweek in the Carabao Cup, so it's no surprise that he's put in. So no, and again, I think as Ian said, that hopefully we've got enough about us. I'm sure we will to get the 3 points tonight.
Ali.
Well, I think it's so tough on Kevin Keller, isn't it?
I mean,
he comes in, he does his job, and but what do you do? I mean, you know, Peter was making reference that he's probably the best goalkeeper in the world of football at this moment in time. So, I think the beauty is that the fact that when you look at like the guys that started the game midweek, they all acquitted themselves really, really well, to be quite honest with you. Like the likes of Curtis Jones and Endo in the middle of the park, a combination that we maybe saw a little bit in pre-season, but we've not seen that through the course of the start of the Premier League. So always good that they're getting game time under their belt as well, and I think it bodes well for the rest of the season. I
want to ask you, as a former centre-back, just how much assurance would someone like Ali give you, having him behind you?
Well, I mean, I played most of my time in front of Bruce Grobbelaar, and
there you go.
I think Alisson Becker would be a little bit more solid and reliable than Bruce.
Not
saying he's a better goalkeeper, but no. I think, listen, the way that Liverpool do play with that kind of high line, he's a fantastic goalkeeper in one-on-one situations, and I've lost count of how many times that he's been in that position where, you know, forwards have broken away, whether they're offside or not, but he makes save after save in one-on-one situations, and they're not glamour saves, but they're saves that keep you in the game or win you the game.
A word on Diogo Jota. He is the only one who keeps his place actually from West Ham. He was brought off, I think, just before the hour mark, so the signs were there that maybe he would start this weekend.
Yeah, he scores his 2 goals back, as you know, and I say he gets his chance because, as we say, whether by design or by accident that Nunez is ill, you know, so that would have been a bit of a decision for the manager to make. But I must go back to something I always say every time I'm here, Beck, and I've heard 2 other people say it this time, by the way. Clean sheets. Clean sheets. I tell you honestly, you know, for me, it's crucial, and Liverpool have built on that this season, which is great. Everybody's talking about it, you know, so the one time we didn't, we lose, you know, so.
We are talking about it, but also I think what everyone else is talking about, what we spoke about with Ian, is that prowess, going forward at the moment. There can't be many teams in the Premier League, I wouldn't think, that have a strike force and that variety amongst the strikers as well that we do with Liverpool.
The options are fantastic, aren't they? You think like Jota gets amongst the goals, Cody Gakpo when he's coming into the games, like he's getting amongst the goals. Mohamed Salah, well, we expect Mohamed Salah to be amongst the goals as well. And the big thing, I think, the plus is the fact that Diaz, for like a few seasons now, we've always said like Diaz, fantastic player. End product. Can he deliver like the goals and the assists that he needs to be like that kind of like international top quality player? And he started off the season, I think it's 5 goals he's got already. So he's absolutely on fire at this moment in time, and that's been a big help. But when you've got the combination of all like kind of 5 strikers or forward players, throw Chiesa into the equation, it's maybe a little bit early for him to be considered. But certainly it gives the manager great options. And as a manager, Sammy, and a coach, I'm sure Sammy would like reiterate the fact that the more options you have, obviously, the better it is.
Very much so, because we become multi-dimensional, as you say, and for the opposition, the threat's coming from every angle. So, if you're the coach with this team, it's fantastic to have the variety of players who can come on and score goals.
Yeah, we're seeing Luis Diaz's goals so far. I mean, it took him until January, I think it was, to hit 5. Last season. It's quite incredible the difference there. I mean, as Gary said, it was always that one thing, that end product, wasn't it? And he seems to have maybe put the finesse on it now.
Without a shadow of a doubt, and I think we've said that about a number of players. Look at like Gravenberch coming to fruition now, by getting more minutes in it. Cody Gakpo, when he comes on, he's been fantastic for us. So it takes time. It can't be done overnight, and it's just fantastic for us as supporters to see it coming together at this particular time, because, again, as we've said before, the goals are coming from all areas, all angles.
I think what you've got to take into consideration as well, it's always a team effort, whether you're scoring goals or defending. It's not just about the strikers for scoring goals. You've got to give the likes of like McAllister. Szoboszlai does an awful lot of work in behind that front three that sometimes goes a little bit unnoticed. And again, he's one of these players that we want a little bit more end product for him, because he's got the capability and the skill set to get more goals and more assists. But it is a collective. It's always been a team effort. So whether you're attacking and scoring goals or whether you're defending and not conceding goals, it's all about like that 11 players.
And we haven't mentioned McAllister yet.
I just did something.
But sorry, he's had fantastic influence on the team. You mentioned Szoboszlai, who's done really well. I just think it's fantastic. I say that it seems to be a combined team effort now. And again, people on the bench ready to come on.
Well, I was just going to say, because Cody Gakpo definitely deserves a mention as well. He was outstanding in Milan, wasn't he? And obviously got his brace midweek. I think that gets him off the mark for the season. And obviously, I think just in terms of the competition, it is important when you do come in and you take your chance and you get on the score sheet.
Crucial. And I think it happened last season to a large degree. People, the players that came off the bench had an impact. I always remember go back to the Newcastle game when Harvey Elliott came on, and Nunes came on, he scored his 2 goals. So it's crucial for any squad to have players that the moment they come onto the pitch, they have an impact. And again, it got mentioned in the commentary before with Peter and Tomo. It's a skill by these coach and the coaching team to keep them all happy, to keep them all on side.
That's the hard thing,
to keep them ready back for when, because as you say, there's so many competitions that they're going to be in, hopefully right to the very end of them all. So they're all going to get a part to play.
Okay, thanks guys. Now, if you are watching us on social media this afternoon, we are about to leave you. But if you aren't yet an LFC TV subscriber, then you can find details of how to sign up online right now at liverpoolfc.com/watch. Now, for those of you who are already subscribers, plenty more build-up is on the way between now and kick-off. We are going to hear from both Arne Slot and Gary O'Neill as well, and bring you an interview too with Dominic Szoboszlai. After commentary of the action, we will be live for an hour with post-match reaction. David James is going to join Sammy and myself for that. Then our post-match show will also be available actually as well to listen to. That is on the official LFC podcast platform a little bit later on, and do as well look out for all the best behind the scenes action from today's game when the latest inside video drops on our Facebook and YouTube platforms. That is on Monday. So it is match number 8 of the campaign in all competitions. Liverpool are looking to make it 7 wins from those 8 and maintain their 100% away record under the new boss. So far, we are back very soon.